Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this news conference. Joining me at the podium are Lincoln Fire and Rescue Chief Dave Engler and Lincoln City Council Chairperson Tom Beckius. And we are just delighted to be here this morning because the high quality of life that we enjoy in Lincoln is made possible by the strength of our public safety response. And key to that strength is our Lincoln Fire and Rescue team, whose rapid response to emergencies safeguards lives and property within Lincoln. And this morning, I'm really pleased to announce that the City of Lincoln has been awarded a new 3-year, $5.9 million, let me say that again, $5.9 million Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response Grant, better known by its acronym SAFER. This SAFER award is an important step in making Lincoln an even safer community. And by adding 18 first responders to our team at LFR through this grant, we bolster our commitment to public safety and enhance our efforts to ensure the well-being of our team at LFR and our entire community. On behalf of the City of Lincoln, I want to express my gratitude to our partners at the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, for awarding this grant to us. And I'd now like to invite up LFR Chief Dave Engler to share more about the grant, including how it will benefit LFR's existing personnel. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. A fully trained and well-equipped fire department serves as the backbone of public safety, swiftly responding to emergencies and safeguarding lives and property in our community. At Lincoln Fire and Rescue, we are grateful FEMA again selected us as a recipient of the $5.9 million SAFER grant. This grant will cover the salaries of 18 firefighter paramedics for 3 years. And we're expecting to hire them in November, and they'll begin service in the spring of 2024. It's essential to emphasize this grant's critical importance in addressing our department's staffing needs. SAFER grants are intended to help fire departments provide the highest level of safety and service for their communities by ensuring 4 responders are on every engine and truck company in service as much of the time as possible. The 18 new staff members will allow LFR to be better positioned to respond to increasing service demands in the coming years. Lincoln Fire and Rescue is committed to operational excellence, and this grant helps us continue that direction. This funding supports our continued focus on strengthening LFR's ranks with exceptional personnel and ensures that our first responders can carry out their duties to the best of their abilities, with the necessary resources to continue to keep Lincoln safe.
Thank you, Chief, for your leadership. As our key partners in local government, members of the Lincoln City Council help us ensure that our first responders have the resources they need to keep our community safe. And here to talk more about the importance of the SAFER Award for LFR's public safety response is Lincoln City Council Chair Tom Beckius. Chairperson Beckius.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of the Lincoln City Council, I want to express our thanks to FEMA for awarding us this SAFER grant. Public safety is our #1 priority in the City of Lincoln. My colleagues on the Lincoln City Council and I support first responders and deeply appreciate their work to keep Lincoln safe, which is why when the administration reached out about supporting the grant, we were very enthusiastic, to say the least. This is a significant step forward, and the council has been supportive throughout this process. Through this SAFER grant, we are excited about this investment in LFR and the new firefighters and paramedics to join the ranks. These new first responders will join the already strong emergency response team and continue to meet the needs of our growing community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chairperson Beckius, and to the entire City Council for supporting this move forward. We are so pleased now to be willing to take any questions you may have from the media.
Sure. Do you need me to? Okay. I think my primary question is probably for Chief Engler. I guess what is this going to mean? I mean, 18 new personnel. What percentage of the staff is that? I don't even know how many firefighters you currently employ. But
Yeah, so the reasoning behind the SAFER grant that's going to help us tremendously is that these individuals will not be assigned stations, so we'll have 6 per shift because we operate on 3 shifts. And what they'll be able to do is fill in the vacancies that occur from the current staff. So before, we had to rely on either keeping that spot vacant or hiring back overtime. And so we had a number of individuals with a lot of overtime, and that overtime, overtime for a while is good, but a lot of it creates some morale issues. So what this will do is it'll help us backfill those positions and keep our rigs at the staffing levels that we desire.
There won't be any, I guess, added paramedic unit or anything with this, I guess, influx of firefighters. It's just sort of keeping the current rigs staffed.
This will not add any additional units. This is just, as I said, this will backfill those positions to keep the staffing levels where we need them to be.
And how many firefighters will you employ after you hire these 18?
It'll bring our staff up. So right now we have 338 current FTEs in the department, and it'll add 18 to that. Not all of those, of course, are about 18 total of our staff in Lincoln Fire and Rescue are civilian. So the remainder are what we call sworn employees that do the fire and EMS operations.
And I guess what happens after the 3-year period? I guess is the city council going to allocate funding to keep these positions, or?
I'll allow you to talk.
Yes, so the Lincoln City Council and the City of Lincoln, generally speaking, will need to allocate funds in order to keep these positions. That's something that we're currently thinking about as we think about budgeting for the City of Lincoln on the horizon. But once again, that's a few years out, but that's a commitment that the Lincoln City Council has spoken about internally and is willing to make. Because we understand the importance of keeping these positions in our community and the impact that they will have in our community.
And so the grant amount, does that just cover, I mean, it covers, I guess, full salaries and benefits for all 3 years, or?
It does cover salaries and benefits for the 3 years. There are other contractual items that it also covers, such as uniform allowance and that sort of thing. But it does not cover some of the equipment that goes along with it, so the firefighting gear, radios, that sort, that equipment. But overall, it covers their salaries and benefits.
And are all, I guess, 18 of these folks going to be paramedics, or?
No, we are hiring as many of the applicants that are paramedics as we can, but obviously there's fewer paramedics out there to hire. So many of them will be paramedics. We're anticipating anywhere from 10 to 15 paramedics depending, but the remainder will be firefighters, EMTs.
I know there have kind of been, I guess, concerns over the workload of paramedics. What does something like this, I guess, do for those concerns? I guess, how big is this for the department?
Well, this is big because, like I talked about, when you're talking about adding 10 to 15 paramedics into the system, those individuals are able to fill those vacancies, so we're not hiring back people to fill them. So that's going to be a substantial improvement to our current workforce.
That's all.
Any other questions from the media? Do we have anyone online? No? Okay. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We're really pleased to have this award from FEMA, and this is going to support our commitment to delivering vital services to our growing community. And this award really just recognizes our great team and will now expand our great team's ability to provide rapid life-saving support to our residents. So, thank you.